All right, what happened there? I think JayZ and Kendrick Lamar should both send Colin Kaepernick a bunt cake and a six-pack of beer and a thank you note with a bunch of money in it.
Through the years, JayZ would turn Rockefeller, now rebranded as Roc Nation, into a corporate entertainment powerhouse, moving into professional sports representation, representing athletes such as LaMelo Ball, Gabe Davis, and Saquon Barkley. His sights was set to be among the top-tier sports execs. Out of all professional sports leagues, the NFL is the most profitable. It would only make sense for JayZ to secure himself a position in connection with the most profitable sports entity, especially when an opportunity presents itself. To secure this opportunity, he would have to use his business acumen to rid himself not only of competition, but to make the move itself make sense to a black community that played a major role in JayZ building his empire. At the time, the league was in a PR nightmare with Colin Kaepernick, who refused to stand for the national anthem in protest to nationwide police brutality. Colin would be openly blackballed by the entire league publicly, creating a headache for the league's image among black Americans, but more importantly, a league made up of 53% black players. President Trump at the time would throw gasoline on the flame by implying no one should hire Cap.
But there was an article today, it was reported, that NFL owners don't want to pick him up because they don't want to get a nasty tweet from Donald Trump. Do you believe that?
Before getting too far in this video, please do me one small favor. Apply pressure to that subscribe button.
He always says, make America great again. Well, America's never been great for people of color. And, you know, that's something that needs to be addressed. Let's make America great for the first time.
Upon witnessing a litany of black players kneeling during the national anthem, Texas owner Bob McNair would give rhyme to reason by stating, "We can't have the inmates running the prison."
According to ESPN, McNair told NFL owners and executives when it comes to player protests, they need to avoid having, quote, the inmates running the prison. McNair released a statement Friday to apologize, saying, quote, "I regret that I used that expression. I never meant to offend anyone, and I was not referring to our players. I used a figure of speech that was never intended to be taken literally. I would never characterize our players or our league that way, and I apologize to anyone who was offended by it."
Colin's stance on police brutality would not only gain traction among other players in the league, but also among some celebrities, one including JayZ, Sean Carter, who went on Saturday Night Live wearing a Kaepernick jersey in a bold message toward the NFL.
I said no to the Super Bowl. You need me, I don't need you.
I think if a team decides that Colin Kaepernick or any other player can help their team win, that's what they'll do. They want to win, they make those decisions individually in the best interest of their club.
In a move to fix this situation, the NFL sought to change the league image in an effort to calm the nerves of a sport made up of mostly black players. The Super Bowl became an immediate target.
We've spent a great deal of time, not only with our international committee, but internally with our staff, just in the last few weeks, talking about some very exciting ideas, not just around a regular season game, but using media and using partnerships to expand our game. I believe that's moving very quickly in a very positive way, and I hope sometime in the next couple of months we're going to have some very exciting announcements.
The league contacted So So Def founder Jermaine Dupri to possibly oversee the NFL's halftime shows. JayZ already positioned himself as a fierce opponent of the league. This would have a huge influence on Jermaine Dupri, who ended up turning down the job in a move of solidarity with his longtime friend JayZ, who happily made his bid toward the NFL for the position in dramatic fashion.
The NFL reached an agreement with rapper JayZ's entertainment company, Roc Nation, to advise the league on entertainment offerings like the Super Bowl halftime show. The deal also puts the company in charge of amplifying the league's social justice program called Inspire Change.
JayZ's entertainment company, Roc Nation, inking a new deal to make the rap superstar the league's live music entertainment strategist. The partnership allowing him a role in producing and selecting acts for NFL events, including this year's halftime show, as well as contributing to the league's activism arm.
Jermaine will be just a pawn in the situation. The real knight that needed to be removed would be Colin. Roger Goodell and JayZ would hold an event announcing the deal Roc Nation struck with the NFL, which was starting to be seen as a deeply racist organization. The paperwork would highlight what Sean Carter, Roc Nation's role would be: advise on the selection of artists for major NFL performances like the Super Bowl, and nurture and strengthen community through football and music, including through the NFL's Inspired Change initiative. During this announcement of the partnership between Roc Nation and the NFL, JayZ would immediately begin his next tactic to turn Colin into the antagonist.
Yeah, so he's currently doing action items, right? That's his version of action item. This is our version of the action item. We all do different things and we all work differently for the same results. I don't knock what he's doing, and hopefully he doesn't knock what I'm doing.
This would be quite difficult because since Kaepernick began his protests, there was an uptick in high-profile cases concerning police brutality. That, mixed with the fact Kaepernick took a 49ers team deep into the playoffs twice, but could not even get a tryout for an NFL team who at the time had more than just a need for potential starting quarterbacks. This would lead Kaepernick to file a civil case against the league claiming collusion, one which they would settle. The only move that would justify their actions against the Super Bowl QB would be to make him look irresponsible. And this is where JayZ will come into play.
I want to be held accountable for what I'm doing, right? It keeps me sharp, let me know that I can't play around. I have to do what I said I'm going to do. I'm self-motivated, so that's fine, you know.
At this event, he would utter the words that will be forever remembered in corporate politics.
I think we've passed kneeling. I think it's time to go into actionable items. Kneeling, I know we're stuck on it because it's a real thing, but it's a form of protest. I support protests across the board. We need to bring light to the issue. I think everyone knows what the issue is, and we're done with that. Everyone knows what you know what the issue is? You know why we were kneeling?
The entire event was top-tier level gaslighting and a classic example of fence-sitting displayed by JayZ, the one who claimed to be solely responsible for gaining Kaepernick the tryout he had asked for, a tryout destined to be filled with issues.
Is JayZ and Roc Nation. Why? Because JayZ meets with Commissioner Roger Goodell. At that particular moment in time, he's excoriated all of a sudden Hove, who everybody loved. A whole bunch of folks turned against him, accusing him of selling out, turning in his black card and all of this ridiculous nonsense. And what did he say? He said, listen, folks are gonna work behind the scenes.
Right, that's his version of action item. This is our version of the action item.
If true that JayZ got Colin this opportunity, it would make perfect sense being that JayZ had been known in the industry for attempting to hand out horrible deals.
I think at that time, Jay was definitely, may have been trying to swindle me.
Yeah. Hey, would talk to me on the side, like after every joke. You're like, and that man offered me $175.
JayZ tried to sign you, and you tried to sign you. Your group offered you 12 points.
I didn't feel as though that the contract was right, so I didn't accept it.
It became one of the most popular trials to date, with the media heavy in attendance. Right out the gate, this wouldn't be a regular tryout. Kaepernick would show up only to abandon the location selected by the NFL. He would move it to a facility 19 miles away.
This after Kaepernick called an audible Saturday afternoon, moving the location of an NFL-sanctioned workout 59 miles from the Falcons practice facility, just a half hour before it was set to begin.
The plan was to have this workout at the Atlanta Falcons practice facility. The NFL was going to hold the workout. It was going to be a closed session. The media was not going to be allowed. Now, the media, myself and others, were outside the Falcons practice facility waiting for Kaepernick to arrive. I watched many team personnel, scouts arrive at the facility. Other people were there waiting for this workout to start. And then about 45 minutes right before it was to begin, Kaepernick's representatives announced it was off.
This would only strengthen the narrative that Kaepernick didn't want to play. He just wanted to protest again. On the surface, one could only question why Kaepernick changed the conditions for a tryout he asked for. Was this a publicity stunt on his behalf? Was he doing this just to send an activist message? turns out the conditions were already changed before Kaepernick hit the door.
And one of the reasons they announced it was off was because the NFL wanted Kaepernick to sign a liability waiver that included some employment term.
A quick decision would have to be made, and Cap decided to change the location. And if any NFL team wanted to see him work out, they could do so without him having to sign any NFL legal paperwork.
They send the waiver on a Wednesday. I have the waiver. I studied the waiver yesterday. I couldn't let a client of mine sign that waiver in light of the history between the two sides. I think that would be malpractice to do it because it can be interpreted in a way, if you're going to be aggressive later, if the crap hits the fan later, it can be interpreted in a way that you've signed away your right to a second collusion lawsuit, to a lawsuit alleging that you were retaliated against because you filed the first lawsuit. And that can be a very, very viable claim because it's very easy to find the motivation. The motivation is we don't like this guy because he sued us and we had to pay him money.
And we don't want him to sue us again and to pay him again.
And the NFL did release a very lengthy statement saying they were disappointed that Kaepernick and his representatives decided to move and leave their scheduled workout to this stadium here, and they did say that they sent Kaepernick just a standard waiver.
The narrative would quickly shift to Colin being ungrateful and problematic.
You want to get back into the National Football League. They presented you with an opportunity in that moment. And in that moment, you declined to work out in front of 25 NFL, National Football Team executives, people in the front office.
You snubbed your nose at the bunch of officials who showed up. 8 of them showed up to Riverdale. 2 of them left, probably to catch flights before the workout was even over. Then you show up and you give your speech and spiel to the media that you wanted present, but you didn't take any questions and all of this stuff. You just look at it and it reeks of a PR stunt, a PR campaign, the kind of thing that you accuse the NFL of doing. And what I'm saying is, you also showed up with a Kuta Kente t-shirt.
I've been ready for 3 years. I've been denied for 3 years. We all know why I came out here, showed it today in front of everybody. We have nothing to hide. So we're waiting for the 32 owners, the 32 teams, Roger Goodell, all of them to stop running. Stop running from the truth. Stop running from the people. We're out here, we're ready to play. We're ready to go anywhere. My agent, Jeff Nally, is ready to talk to any team. Interview with any team at any time. I've been ready, I'm staying ready, and I'll continue to be ready.
To add fuel to the flame, one of the receivers that worked out with Colin got a job from the tryouts.
Jordan VC was at the workout with Kaepernick last month in Atlanta. He caught this incredible catch. Whoa! Yeah.
I was actually wondering who these people were.
Yeah, incredible catch from the former San Francisco 49ers quarterback. VC tells the Washington Post he really believes the opportunity to catch passes from Kaepernick helped him earn a spot on the Redskins practice squad. Yeah.
At this point, JayZ will perform high-level fence sitting, including a classic game of bait and switch. Colin's attempt to oppose anything coming from Roc Nation's side would fall on deaf ears.
I mean, for JayZ to be telling people that he's disappointed in
not
college,
just disappointed,
he's
turning it into a publicity stunt,
right?
That he accused.
I think JayZ knows that this was probably Colin Kaepernick's last best chance to actually make an NFL team, and
Colin Kaepernick. If you were his sports agent, JayZ is the sports agent for Colin Kaepernick, and before this all happened, he came to you and said, "I want to do this." Would you have said, "Do it, don't do it"? What would you have counseled the brother?
Oh, 100% do it.
Wow.
I mean, look how many people play football. They're not all going to be him. Like, you just put his name next to Muhammad Ali. Would you rather be playing football, getting your head dinged in, or would you rather be an iconic figure for the rest of your life? A job that could, I think people, again, we confuse the idea of having a job with fulfilling your purpose.
And how could you not trust JayZ? Remember, he once boycotted the NFL himself.
I said no to the Super Bowl. You need me, I don't need you.
This entire endeavor would get swept under the rug as Colin would never get signed and JayZ would remain in business with the NFL up until this day, with the relationship between Roc Nation and the NFL even surviving SA charges against JayZ that would eventually get dismissed. JayZ would continue to make moves to keep both sides happy by hiring acts like Kendrick Lamar, whose Super Bowl performance was filled with all sorts of cryptic messages, highlighting America's problem with race. Kendrick Lamar was hands down 2024's Rapper of the Year, but even better, one of the highest streamed songs of all time, as well as a cultural classic.
Don't mess this.
Oh, no. It's a cultural divide. I'm gonna get it on the floor. You really about to do it? 40 acres in the mule. This is bigger than the music.
Not Like Us became a perfect patch to heal up a wound.
Dear fellow Americans, just my quick little rant on this halftime nonsense. I mean, come on, stop with the ghetto crap. I'm done with the ghetto. I've had it up to here with ghetto. I know they want to say rap is this and rap is the streets and rap is the current and rap is the that. Look at jazz.
Kid Rock, of all people, would point out what made this possible.
All right, what happened there? I think JayZ and Kendrick Lamar should both send Colin Kaepernick a bunt cake and a six-pack of beer and a thank you note with a bunch of money in it. Because without him kneeling and getting everyone's panties in a bunch over the anthem, self-included, I don't think that happens.
Thank you for watching this documentary. And if you really like it, you'll like my other short form and long form documentaries that you can find right here. Well, anyways, you know how we like to end our videos over here at Moxy Approved, right? With that water. I'll see y'all here next time on Moxy Approved.